most important is a brahmachari should very sincerely live a very regulated and strict life according to the brahmachari principles of Krishna consciousness. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he summarized the principles of renunciation in his teachings to Radhanath Swami. Gramya Katanu Shunibe, Gramya Varatana Kohibe. Says one in the renounced order should not speak prajalpa or nonsense gossip, which especially means not to criticize others. And one should not hear such talk. And then he explains one should not eat too luxuriously or dress very opulently. And the next instruction he gives for those in the renounced order is one should offer all respects to others and not accept respect for oneself. One should really take shelter of the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. And gradually through this process we come to the point where we can meditate on Shri Shri Radha and Krishna within our heart of hearts. So if a brahmachari is sincerely endeavoring in this way, without hypocrisy, and is satisfied to do that, then that is a sign that brahmachari ashram is really within that person's nature and capabilities. If a brahmachari is having difficulty controlling the mind, but is essentially satisfied with that fight against the mind and the senses, and doesn't feel long durations of loneliness or frustration, but really feels very enlivened and excited to fight against the mind and senses and really live properly as a brahmachari, then brahmachari life is very healthy for such a person, and that devotee can make great spiritual advancement. But a devotee has to be very honest with himself. If in brahmachari life we're following due to social pressures and we're really not very satisfied and we're feeling durations of loneliness and we're not enlivened, then it is a sign that according to our nature we'll be better situated in the Grihastha ashram. As far as the mind wavering, certainly if we're fully engaged in devotional service and we have very good sadhana, that will very much help the mind from wavering. And the more the mind wavers, the more we become conditioned to what we meditate on. When we meditate on Krishna, we become conditioned to meditating on Krishna. When we meditate on sense gratification, we condition ourselves toward attachment to sense gratification. So it is very important for those in the brahmachari ashram to really go deeply and seriously into their sadhana, their chanting of the holy names, their studying of the scripture, their prayer, their puja, and their, of course, really try to absorb themselves in their service to keep the mind very deeply occupied with bhakti, with Krishna. And the idle mind is the devil's workshop. If our mind is idle, then its natural tendency, due to conditionings of many lifetimes, is it will wander towards sense gratification. Krishna says in Gita, yato yato nischalati manas chanchalamashtara, that wherever the mind wanders, we should bring it back. And really, that's very important, especially for a brahmachari. When the mind does wander, and it's our nature that our mind is going to wander, as long as we're in a conditioned state. That with with our intelligence, we keep bringing it back to the holy name. We bring it back to the teachings of the scriptures. We bring it back to our service. And association with serious brahmacharis is very strengthening.